Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the G&A podcast. Let's see. Sorry, I just sneezed like a few minutes before we started recording, and the sneeze literally like knocked me into like the next dimension. But either way, I am the magical girl who turned into my doppel for her last time, Doo.
And I am the number one Toga stan, Sobroni.
And welcome back to the G&A podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. What's going on, Oni?
I am still recovering from my vacation. How's it going with you, Drew?
I'm doing all right. Coughing aside, no, I'm fine. It literally just that sneeze took me out. Like it just took me out. It's cute that we Oni and I both were like dying yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Him from just a bunch of bad life decisions, and me from what I assume was just a bad salad. But you know what? We're here for you guys, and that will not stop us from giving you the best entertainment in the history of all podcasts regarding anything anime of the nature.
That's a very high bar.
Yep, and yet somehow we shall exceed that somehow. Dot dot dot. Gold plus ultra, whatever Naruto said. Anyways, without any further ado, let's hop into our new segment. This week in anime. So according to Anime News Network, Netflix live action Cowboy Bebop shows. Nope, I'm gonna do that all over again because this is the best. It's clearly the best podcast ever. Like I said, Netflix's live action Cowboy Bebop show unveils cast photos and the premiere date, which is November 19th. Just pictures of John Cho as Spike, Mustafa Shakir as Jet, and Daniela Pineda as Faye. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a fan. I'm actually a fan of the casting.
All right, so controversial opinion. I'm not a fan of the looks, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe it's just Spike, but they don't look. How do I want to put this without?
I mean,
they look like cosplayers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not in a good way, but just like if I went out to cosplay as Spike and like, you know. Like,
but that's literally what Spike wears. Like, what?
I know, but this is one of those. This is one of the things where it's going to be very difficult to translate anime into live action because they all have. Yeah, Spike has a really weird hairstyle and aesthetic that doesn't really translate well over to live action, you know? Like, it's very colorful and looks weird when a real person is in that outfit. I don't know. I can't take it seriously. It looks like I'm watching, you know what it looks like? It looks like I'm watching a fucking cosplay porn.
Not cosplay porn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, maybe it's great and I'll get used to it. Just the initial look doesn't do it for me. It'd be like doing a live action of Yu-Gi-Oh! It doesn't matter how great the actors are. You're not
that okay. First of all, that's crazy. No. That's you're stretching with that. You know you're stretching with that because it's one thing to copy Spike's hair. You know it's literally would have to CGI Yugi's hair onto whoever you play. Period. Like, hello? I just has big poopy hair.
Maybe I just need to see more pictures. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
You do? Oh, look at the dog! I'm sorry,
it's
a dog.
Cute. Yeah, the dog is good.
Oh, corgi. Is the corgi? Did they get the corgi right?
I feel like Faye also looks. I don't know. Faye looks a bit too Scott Pilgrim-y. I don't know. It just doesn't.
But that's her. But that's her. That's her hair.
She doesn't look like as badass as Faye does. Like, she looks more cutesy than badass. Like,
I will say, I guess they were like, we need to cover her up because so she doesn't look like a stripper. which I it's like the feminist in me is like, I understand that, but then I can understand how other people are like, why don't you give her normal clothes? Okay, so I will say this much. The one thing with Faye that I'm not a huge fan of, and this is just me nitpicking, I think while they didn't have to go with her original look, if they want to make her a little more modest, that I think that's fine. I still think they should have tried a way to keep the shoulders exposed and like do her, the jacket hanging over the shoulders look. Cause that look for her is iconic.
It kind of is. I don't know.
That is. She doesn't need. Does she need a whole show off the midriff and then like almost showing her crotch off and like half these pictures I'm looking at? No, that she doesn't need. It could, but we could have replaced what is this like this black skirt? Why is it not yellow? Just match the top and call it a day. Match the top, show off the shoulders. I think that would have been a good balance between not trying to make her look like
Did they down to Ed? Is Ed gonna be in this? Oh God,
I don't know. I don't think they. Oh shit, they did. Okay, so yeah. Wait, what? Wait, where's Ed? Is Ed go by a different name?
Edward.
Because I'm not sure. I'm not seeing Edward here.
I don't think they could put Ed in the that's too much. That's too anime. I don't know.
Why the fuck not?
It'd be too weird. You wouldn't be able to pull it off right. I don't know. Like talking about.
I mean, I guess they agree with you. I guess they agree with you because I don't think she's in. Yeah. She's not. They didn't put her in this one. And I'm just like, that makes it kind of sad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Maybe it'll click after I watch it or something.
So I'm just like, in my mind, I don't see a reason why this can't work because it's all a bunch of shooting and like martial arts. Like it just
could work.
It's just fighting and shooting each other, which many like that's not an anime thing you have to be good at. That's just
it's not necessarily an anime. Like for me, it's just the designs. Like they could pull it off if they lean into. It's still very difficult to pull off. I don't know how you would even like. You would still need to be a bit cartoony, but you would need to still like Cowboy Bebop does a really good.
I don't think you need to be cartoony. I think it just has to give me like CW superhero. If it can give us that production, that's all they need. To give that plus Star Wars for like the actual like. I don't even think they're gonna be like fighting in the ships. But if they did, budget. Yeah, I don't think they had that budget. But they did for whatever reason. You have to make it just make it Star Wars, and you'll be alright.
Listen, I have very little hope in Netflix to begin with, so this is ambitious for them. But you know what? I feel like this has been
Netflix is very 50-50.
Death Note, anyone?
Okay, huh?
Death Note.
50-50. Okay, and okay, yes. It may be a little bit less in their favor if we're talking about anime. Then it may not be so 50-50. It might be a little less than that.
Yeah, but I feel like this has been in the works since I was in high school. I said that in the Discord, but I feel like I've been hearing about this.
It was not.
I swear to God, I've been hearing about the live action Cowboy Bebop for at least a decade. Longer. Maybe college, like maybe since college this has been in the works. I don't know. I don't you remember like rumors of this in high school or college?
I would say after college. No, like it's been in production for a very long time. Nope.
Yeah, definitely in college. I remember hearing rumors about Cowboy Bebop. Obviously not as a Netflix thing, but just like in general, like they're coming out with a live action Cowboy Bebop. It's gonna be on HBO or it's gonna be in the movie theaters. Because I remember people saying that Keanu Reeves wanted to do one or something.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm specifically the one with John Cho. That's it. Like when they
like, the idea for a live action Cowboy Bebop has been floated around for like
decades.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe.
Yeah. Well, I am. Despite Netflix's record with anime. You know, we can just I mean, listen. So with to be fair, with whatchamacallit, with Death Note, it was just that was always that was can we agree that was destined for failure?
No, the live action Death Note movies that were Japanese were very good, or at least a couple
Well,
of them.
exactly. See, key point, the Japanese ones. We can't cap. We know we can't rely on America to do that.
It's because
Especially at that
Hollywood
time.
pays
Especially
for
at that
everything.
time, like they didn't have the capacity.
But that's
But
why
you
I
don't
don't
need.
have a high. That's why my thing for this is so low, because I'm like,
I mean, I'm
oh,
gonna keep
they're
it
gonna fuck
bugging.
it up.
This is no shade towards Cowboy Bebop, but Cowboy Bebop wasn't that like intricate like Death Note was. It was very,
And
it was
leave
very
your hate
straightforward.
comments in the
It was a
description
very
in the
straightforward.
comments.
It was a very straight. It was a very
True.
straightforward. Like it was straightforward in a very lock, stock, and two smoking barrels sort of way.
Yeah, but it has
Like
its
it
own
wasn't.
unique style. I feel like it's gonna be very hard to translate that style, especially if you're not gonna go full balls to the wall and have like Faye just be a sexy girl.
And that's fair. I'm just saying the reason why this wouldn't work has nothing to do with why Death Note wouldn't work.
Probably
they wouldn't work
they
for
don't work
very
for
different reasons.
but they still won't work. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
I will give it a chance.
Definitely, me too. Me too. Girl, what am I doing? I'm stuck in a pandemic. I ain't doing much. All right. What do you have for us, Oni?
So on my neck of the woods, this is a bit late, but nonetheless, this is a weekly show and this or a weekly podcast. So sometimes we get late news. The Star Wars Visions trailers has, or I should say, trailer has released. If you're not familiar with Star Wars Visions, it's basically a anthology of Star Wars anime that's going to be released on Disney Plus. Disney has teamed up with a bunch of different anime studios to release a 9-part series, so 9 individual episodes that are going to be their own self-contained mini stories for the Star Wars universe, done by different anime studios. The trailer is amazing. It's going to premiere on, I believe it's September 22nd.
Oh, is this the one that I was telling you about earlier? Where it was a bunch of like anime companies like coming together to work on this shit.
Yeah. So it's like they released the names of the episodes.
Yes, it is. Yep. This is the same thing. Yeah, continue.
The first episode is going to be called The Duel by Kamikaze Doga, which I believe are the people who did Pop Team Epics. It's gonna be fun.
Well.
It doesn't even have a description of the episode, so interesting. The second episode is going to be called Tatooine Rhapsody by Studio Colorido, and it's about a rock band and an unexpected friendship within, with appearances by Boba Fett and Jabba the Hutt. The third episode is going to be The Twins by Trigger, which is going to be about the twins of the dark side and how far a brother will go to save his sister. Fourth episode is going to be The Village Bride by Kinema Citrus, featuring I don't know what this means. The description of the episode is featuring the traditional Japanese culture of mountains. So, mountains are going to become Jedi or something.
All right. Party.
The next episode is going to be done by Production IG. It's going to be called The Ninth Jedi, and it's going to be about the Jedi who need to come back, reunite, and restore the galaxy. The following episode is going to be T0B1 by Science Saru. It's about this is an even better description. The description of the episode is just about a cute droid. Inspired by Astro Boy. So, that's cute. Then we have The Elder by Trigger, which is going to be an homage to the relationship between a master and a Padawan.
Boo.
Boo, we Sith around here.
Yep. Yeah, I already know how I feel.
Lop and Ocho by Geno Studio, which is about beauty and all its imperfections. That sounds cryptic. And the last episode is going to be Akakiri by Science Saru, which is about a Jedi and a princess, but not the ones that we know.
Ooh.
So, interesting. Like I said, trailer looks amazing. If you haven't seen the trailer, they have it both in English and Japanese. And of course, if you're cultured, you will listen to the Japanese version as was intended.
Hair flip. sub gang.
Sub gang. But yeah, no, it's great. The OST is great. I'm glad that Disney's doing this because it's like, this is what Star Wars is about. Just have fun and be creative with the license and like let people do their own thing. And I think like this is a really good direction to take it because there's so many different ways you can interpret Star Wars through the lens of anime and the Japanese culture. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
me too. I can't wait to watch it. Totally on my very legal Disney Plus account.
Same. We may actually I do have a legal Disney Plus account, but we may do it on the maybe we'll do it on Live Watch on the
Oh, yay. That way I don't feel bad about, you know,
we'll have a
da
Disney
da
Plus Live
da.
Watch.
That may be cute. I like that.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So that was our news. And now let's get started with our weekly reviews. And we are going to start with Slime. Slime season 2, part 2. Episode 7.
Finally the action.
Yes,
begins.
finally the action. And you know what the sad part is?
What?
It's not even the best action of all the episodes by far. That's the fun. That's the funny part. It's not even the way it's not even.
Well, it's funny because there was a lot of action in a couple of other shows this week, and this one didn't really hold up to the other shows.
Exactly. so now it's like I don't even care that the action. But now I don't give a shit about that how action packed it was because everything else is just kind of beat it.
I did to not be a negative Nancy. I did enjoy.
No, I'm definitely being harsh.
Like I like the scale of it. I like that it's like we actually have armies in general.
It's wars. And the ice dude, even though he was talking so much shit and being such a dick, he was trying to run away. What's his name? I wrote his name down somewhere. I guess not. I literally just wrote down homeboy. The guy with the ice sword. He turned out being all that tough shit, that tough talk, and he just turned out to be a total bitch and try to run away. That was the funniest.
And he was actually fight though. I mean,
he can fight, but like it's like his scale compared to the scale of everyone in the village.
I like that they gave my boy Gabidu not Gabidu.
Yes,
Gapta.
Yes.
That was pretty dope. I love that he can just like travel in people's shadows with the whole squad. That's actually a pretty cool ability.
Do that shadow beam, whatever.
Just jump out of your shadow with the whole army.
and then the best part was like, all right, I don't want to fight this guy. Deuces.
Yeah. I will say they do a good job of that. Like I'm actually curious about all these minor. I'm more so interested in the minor characters than I am in Rimuru for some reason at this point.
Yeah,
like I want to see the Snake Girl fight Ice Guy.
I want to see the clowns fight the Geld and the other dude, the guy with the claws.
Because I know how every Rimuru fight's gonna turn out, so I'm just like
exactly. So we want to fight. I want these fights where it's like actual people can actually win or lose.
I'm sure Shuna's gonna fight somebody. I want to see that fight.
Can she fight?
She can fight. I'm pretty. She's like a priestess. She got magic or some shit.
Yeah, very convincing.
Magic or some shit. All right, she'll do something.
Oh my god, that. I will say at the beginning, I was definitely starting to get a little impatient. Because it was that more same of like, oh my god, more prep talk and more everyone loves each other and we're gonna do this and we're getting hyped and it's like I will say that's one thing I don't like about this anime. They do the love fest goes on for a little too long for my taste.
But they love each other and they're friends.
It's like this weird validation. It's like this conversation between what's with Benimaru and the 3 Beast people. Oh, yes, you can do it. Oh, I serve myself to you. Oh no, you guys are great. Oh, thank you so much for this kind. I'm like, shut up and just fight.
The Rimuru dick sucking gets a bit much sometimes.
I mean, that was even, and that's the crazy part. That wasn't even Rimuru. That was just Benimaru and the three beast people. I'm over it. Just fight. I'm so tired.
Either way, I'm sure it'll pick up now that we actually got the action started. And I'm sure Clayman's gonna get fucking annihilated. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, I am also looking forward to that as well. Let's see. That giant pitfall was funny. There's a giant pitfall. Like it's very anime, but on a big scale.
Slime live action when?
Right. Oh, brought to you by Netflix.
Brought to you by Netflix. Zac Efron is Rimuru.
It's just Zac Efron, but they just put him in blue. Like he's just in blue.
He's just slime form.
That's a slime form. It's just no Zac Efron but blue. But yeah, no, there's some good action, or at least the start to the action. I will say this much. I hope that the next episode would just be a split between this and Walpurgis Night.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't make it all just Walpurgis Night unless it's gonna be excellent. But because I just want action now. I had too much talking. Too much talking.
Maybe the whole more fight. The lot of talking episodes was for them to save budget so that the later episodes could have a lot of fighting and stuff. So hopefully that theory is proven correct.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. I think that's all I had to say about Slime.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to Maidragon S episode 7.
More following up with the side characters.
I will say this episode made me shut up about Fafnir.
Like I said, he's good when he works with other people.
Yes. Yes. I think with him, he was working too much with the glasses dude, and that was getting very stale. And then all it took was quits, and yep. I was like, here we go.
That was great. Do you think I'm a vulgar woman? Yes, there's no one else but you. You can do this.
You're the only one I can use. And then after that, we're just like, he just starts making her do all these different poses. Yeah, start coughing up blood and break your arms. Yeah. Like,
twist your head around.
Rip your guts out and smile. Like, that was funny. That was hilarious, actually. That may have been my favorite part of the episode.
I think so, too. I just like the snarkiness, too. She was like, oh, maybe I should sell a book of just, like, my cosplay photos. And then he's like, no one's going to buy that shit. And she ends up selling out.
And he didn't sell anything. I will say, though, even though as much as I love Kana, I will say him and Quetz is actually like the most hype part about this episode. Well, everything else kind of just.
I would say the Kana part didn't really do much. Like as much as I love Kana,
exactly.
She wasn't even the star of that part. She was just like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It definitely like went down from the first part, because then it was just like this whole episid, the middle part, which was the worst part. Yeah, definitely the weakest part. Where they're just like, why do we sleep? Like, why do I need to listen to existentialism for like dragons? Like, why am I listening to this? What is sleep for us?
I get it, because it's like, not even necessarily character building, but it's like kind of semi lore building, and like, dragons don't sleep, but they're getting acclimated to like the world. It just wasn't funny, so I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, that even could have been like in the first part of the episode. And then Kana and the rest of them checking out the rumors at the school. That was cute. I love when they were playing the little Konko soccer game.
Yeah. Saikawa's betrayal. I loved Kana's face during that.
I know, right?
She's like, girl, what the fuck did you just do?
Wait, how did it work? Wait, did he say something about like, oh, if something happens, you have to marry Kana?
The loser reveals who they love or somebody or something. So she wanted Kana to lose so she could find out if she loves her.
Loves her or not, and then she just lost all reason. That was great.
I will say I wish the fairy was permanent. I found the fairy to be kind of stupid. Like I like the
fairy was stupid. I wish he was permanent too. That would have been a nice mix up. I knew they were gonna keep him.
Like, if it was like the fairy and Kana and Saikawa interacting with each other or some shit. I don't know. I feel like it would have been a cool dynamic. Damn, bring back the fairy.
Exactly, because he's so weird looking. Yeah.
Creepy as hell. He's like, why are you making the noise? I'm just scratching my nails against the chalkboard like I normally do.
Like, so stupid. Oh, but yeah, that was pretty cute towards the end. But yeah, no, this is like a chill episode.
Yeah, it wasn't too hilarious, but it wasn't like horrible or anything either. It was just kind of chill.
Yeah,
nice vibes. Nice, relaxing show to watch.
Yeah, vibe out of 10.
Yes, vibe out of 10.
All right, let's move on to. Wait, hold on. Let me refresh this. Oh, okay. See, I was about to skip. Oh, I was about to skip so many. I was looking for the check mark. Damn it. Up next we have Higurashi no Nakukoro ni Sotsu, episode 9.
More evil Satoko.
Woo!
Although they did kind of get me a bit because I thought Satoko was softening up.
So I kind of forgot how this ended. And the moment Hojo ran to Oishi, I was like, and went to their house, I was like, ah, shit, here we go.
I like that Teppei is just becoming... First of all, I like the episode started with reminding us that Teppei is like actual garbage.
Yes.
In the flashback scene.
Yes. Where she was just like, she was like, damn, I was starting to like my uncle, but then I remember this happened.
Yeah, like I felt like Ue was just telling her that, like, by the way, remember when your uncle like beat the shit out of you and stole your money? Look, just in case you got any smart ideas about, you know, forgiving him or something.
Yeah, keep me entertained.
Yeah, for my entertainment.
Yes. You know, more alluding. Wow, Sotoko, I don't think you're a human anymore. You're kind of like a witch at this point. Like, I'm like, all right, y'all laying it on thick. At this point, I'm like, can I even say spoilers anymore?
I'm gonna wait for like they'll just like subliminally flash Lambda Delta's picture on screen for like half a second.
you know, I know you just hear.
If she does the Lambda Delta laugh, I'm leaving.
That's not the Lambda Delta laugh. That's the generic Higurashi witch laugh.
Yeah. Trust me, I'll never forget. It'll haunt my dreams forever.
Right? Oh my god. Like a billion times over. But yeah.
It was a slow episode though, getting to the ending.
Getting to the good bits.
More of the first off, we got to see more of cute Teppei, like trying to be a good uncle and be like, I'm gonna cook.
That's when my heart went out to him. I'm just like, oh, I feel so bad that you're being abused by her. And it's like the Toko is like really like at first we were just like, oh, it's kind of just manipulation, kind of like, nah, like she is engaged, like this is cult behavior. This is shit. like they're in a cult of two right now.
Yeah.
Like when she really was just like, no, everyone's against us. Of course the CW, why would they be with us? I was like, oh no, this is like cult.
Satoko needs her own Lifetime movie.
the cult of Satoko.
The cult of Satoko. Night on Lifetime. Yeah, she's just like whole hardcore manipulating him and everything.
I could totally imagine your parents watching that.
I know. while I was having my stomach ache and I couldn't sleep for like the whole night, they were giving Lifetime movies, so I inadvertently sat through like 4 Lifetime movies.
Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing. I know how that's like.
Down to the same plot, but okay.
Yep. I'm sure they did. Sure they did.
But yeah, no, it was a fun, not fun, but you know, it was an interesting episode, especially seeing how she got jabbed.
Oh, sorry if you hear the crunching. I was sucking on the halls. I was like, listen, it's either you hear me sucking on the halls or you hear me coughing for the podcast. But I just ate the halls, so I guess you just might hear me coughing for the podcast. Halls, my apologies. Yeah, no, this is a good episode. I liked it. You know, good setup. It's gonna only get crazier. I can't wait.
Yeah, next episode should be the finale of this arc, so it'll
Yep.
And then we should get it looped back to the gun scene again, finally.
Is this a 3rd episode?
This was the 3rd episode of this arc, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, next episode is gonna be the last. Gotcha.
So
it's 10 episodes. Okay, so then we have 4 episodes of not 4. We have that gives us 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh yeah, 5.
4 or 5 episodes of the
5 episodes of
because 10 will be the next one. So yeah, it'll be 5 episodes of good stuff.
So yeah, we shall see how that goes. I'm excited.
Same.
Can't wait to see how it ends. Even though I have a good idea. All right. Up next, almost skipped another one. We have Genjitsu Shugi Yuusha no Okoku Saikenki episode. It's a great question. What? I watched this episode. Where is it? 8. Yes. Episode 8. I'm like, I definitely watched this episode.
I know it's not your cup of tea, but you should remember these.
So very not my cup of tea, this anime, but this episode I was able to bear it only because, you know, stuff happened. Stakes.
Yes, there were stakes. I will say the one thing that this show does do better than most other isekai is that the protagonist is actually like, as opposed to Slime, for example, I feel like they do an appropriate amount of dick sucking for the protagonist, and he fucks up an appropriate amount of times. Like, he fucked up hard this episode, kind of.
I mean,
not necessarily like he's overly harsh on himself. But
it wasn't his. I mean, it wasn't his fault. But yeah, he blamed himself. As he could have
taken better measures or whatever. But
even though it wasn't his fault at all.
Yeah,
it was 100% Aisha's uncle's fault.
Damn, Drew, hard for the guy. Lost his wife and somebody else.
Yeah, he killed his own wife and kid. That's crazy.
You would be like, wow.
Oh no, his kid might be alive.
Maybe.
So he potentially killed his whole family. Because he told homeboy told him, "Hey, y'all should thin the forest," and then he was like, "No, I don't want to thin the forest because you have to protect our forest." Blah 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 blah. And look what happened. A landslide.
Forest didn't protect you, boy.
Right. It's a one-way street up in this bitch.
But he must have chopped them trees now.
Hey, right?
Fuck this forest.
I mean, the landslide took down the trees. It makes me like, hey, the trees are down now, along with all your family.
We're so evil.
We really are. And side note, as much as I just made fun of Aisha's uncle, him and his dad are extremely hot.
Oh, you just like the white hair.
The white hair and the dark skin. Oh.
Well, now you know how I feel about Aisha, so
I understood.
Now imagine
it all makes sense now.
Imagine if they were there and then all the other male characters talk about how ugly they are and stupid they are. You would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Understood. Understood. I'm like, why? I was like, damn, why is Aisha's dad so young and fine? Like, what?
Well, on the bright side, the uncle's single now, so you can make
I'll help you grieve. we can thin these trees together.
Thin my tree.
You thin my tree. Oh my god, we're fucked up.
This is the most entertaining. This is more entertaining than the episode.
Absolutely. Oh my god. Woo. So yeah, her village was caught in a landslide. So tragic.
Yeah, unfortunately. Poor Aisha.
Stop laughing.
I'll try. We learned about warding trees blocking off animals. I do like the world building. The world building is nice. Like
it was cute. Yeah. This is definitely one of those I have to like watch and like eat food or something.
I was totally eating while I was watching this.
Yeah, I can't just watch this to watch it, or else I might literally like go into like I don't know. My mind will go into.
You know
space.
what this feels like? This feels like an after school. Like I feel like sometimes I'm watching this and it just feels like a more advanced version of Captain Planet. Like that whole end segment was like, oh, if we had thinned the trees properly and taken care of the environment, then this would have not happened. Like I just feel like I'm waiting for the after school special. Like the main character's gonna turn to the camera and be like, only you can prevent landslides or some shit.
Yeah, I did. It was very environmental studies. Which of course someone knew everything about.
As always, he also knows everything about Roman architecture and road building.
And emergency rescue. Yeah. But
he plays a lot of civilization, I'm guessing.
I guess, yeah, he must be an expert. What was I gonna say? I like that everyone didn't magically live.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that. It's not gonna be that kind of anime. Like, no, a lot of people died. 100 people died. That's a lot. It wasn't like 5 or 10 people died. It was like 100. I'm like, that's not a small number.
I was expecting him to show up and be like, I can save everyone with my expert planning and magic. And he's like, yeah, nah, not really.
No, too late.
They saved a couple people.
Yeah. Like that, yeah, that scene where he threw up was gnarly. He was like, oh god, I saw their mangled corpse. Oh,
I did find it funny because it was mid-conversation. He's like, oh yeah, let me explain to you how my power... Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, just saw corpses.
Yikes. Yeah, just I don't know. Even though he's like a super know-it-all, the fact that he's not like Kirito, like he's Kirito in the brain, but I guess because he's Kirito in the brain, that can't, your brain power can't solve everything.
Your brain power can't stop a landslide, can it, buddy? Kirito can stop the landslide.
Yeah, Kirito can unfortunately do it. Kirito would teleport to everyone and stop and rewound time and stop the landslide.
He would have sliced the fucking mountain in half to stop that landslide.
Exactly. He would have thinned the trees.
By himself.
By himself. God. But yeah. It was a good episode that shows, consequences of shortcomings of being a king, quote unquote. The weight of people's lives on him, because he it clearly showed that he was clearly fucked up by what happened.
Exactly.
And unlike Rimuru or Kirito, he can't just go Super Saiyan and rage out at someone or something about it.
He doesn't become a demon lord after these people got killed.
Exactly. He just has to like hold that L and try to do better. And I like that. That's how humanity works.
Exactly. Nice little element of realism there.
Yep. So yeah, that was Genjitsu. plus all the rest of the words of the title. I'm not saying it again. You get it once per episode, and be thankful you get that. Up next, we have Magia Record Season 2, Episode 4. I'm gonna split this for my episode of the week.
I was gonna do that.
I know I can imagine why not, because yeah, for reasons.
It's a really good episode.
I'm giving it to it because it was very Shaft.
Oh, it was extreme, Shaft.
But it was Shaft in the best ways possible.
Yeah, this was like old school. We actually care about our job, Shaft.
Yes, and holy fuck, the animation was obscene.
It had like a movie level animation for that last fight. Holy crap! Everything
like
was flying everywhere.
Everything flying.
Good animation everywhere.
Like, I've never seen Iroha do this so much in my life. In my life, what is going on?
The animation was so good it made Iroha look confident. I was like, "What's going on?"
Like her saving Rena. I'm like, she's saving someone. She's saving everybody.
She got powers.
She's not just relying on Yachio.
She's not dead yet. She's not going Doppel mode.
No, not her. Kaede, different story.
I feel like poor Kaede. Every time Kaede shows up, she's like dying or depressed or something. I'm like,
sad.
Can you just be happy, Kaede?
Nope. The answer is nope.
Apparently never again.
She is what I would say is the first casualty of this series.
Yeah, and we gotta look at the what's her name? I always forget the girl's name. The white hair girl at the end that takes all the doppels and locks them up.
The coordinator.
Yeah, the coordinator. But she apparently is. She's like. I like that she's like morally ambiguous. Like I can't tell what side she's on.
Yeah, and it's like I can't even be mad at her because it's like she's like, well, girl, what do you want me to do? Like she's not.
She feels like a smarter Kyubey. Like Kyubey was
right,
just an
exactly.
Asshole, yeah, I can't tell if she's an asshole or not.
Yes, that's exactly who she gives. I said that to myself. I was like, she's giving me major, especially when she was like, "Oh, you didn't tell us all that." She's like, "I told you not to." And to be fair, she was more reasonable than Kyubey.
Yeah.
She was like, I told y'all not to use your doppel pow. Like, did you think something? Oh, what? Tapping into like the our witch halves is going to somehow be bad for us?
It's like the all right, guys, don't play with fire. I'm gonna start the fire. Why the house burned down? Why didn't you tell us our house would burn down? I told you
exactly. So it's like she wasn't even like being bad. She was just being kind of like a smug ass about it. Like she clearly was just like, well, too bad.
Yeah, and she like had a point where she was like, I could just like release them. And
I'm like, if you think it's such a problem, let me just release all the doppels and they can just kill everybody.
Yeah. ...
I'm
like, she's right. You can't just hit her. You can't just attack her right now.
Right. Exactly. Now I don't know why you would. She's like the only thing that's keeping your friend from going on a rampage and you having to kill your friend.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that kind of like ambiguous characters like that. And there's a lot of that in I feel like there's so much more intrigue in this version of Madoka because like there's so many characters who I'm just like I don't know what their motive is and like I'm so on the fence about them.
Yeah, I totally feel that. And now that now doppels are like a new dead end. It's like, how is it different from becoming witches? It's not.
It's just a different path.
Right? The path to despair. ... I thought she was gonna become a witch, like just straight up.
Oh yeah, I was expecting that too. Like, oh no, she's transformed to a witch. Well, I was expecting. You know what it made me feel like? Because you know how last episode we were like, oh, it's the third episode. Somebody's gonna die. I thought when she transformed to a doppel, I'm like, oh, Kade's gonna die. They waited to the fourth episode this time.
They're like, nope, it's nope.
Reina was gonna die. Like Kade kills Reina or something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like No tea, no shade. I feel like if it was anyone but Kaede, it would have been more impactful.
Probably.
Because Kaede is like, she was always that like sad little.
She's the safe bet.
Confused.
Like she's just not pop. Like she's just well known enough to be like important to the story. That's like, oh man, a kind of major character, somewhat minor major character was killed. But at the same time, it's like, but who cares about Kaede?
I know you know everyone would have rioted if it was Reina, if it was girl with Chinese fans, if it was girl with big broad sword, any three of them, and we all would have been like, fuck,
damn, shit got real.
Exactly. So I'm kind of missing that just a little bit.
Even if it was what's her name, Kuroe, the new black hair goblin, I'd be like, oh no, I liked her.
Oh yeah, no, that would have been. Yeah, that's because they're focusing a lot on her now. Yeah, but they now decided to take out Kaede, so I'm like, well. I'm like, damn, oof, that's rough. Good luck to everyone involved, right? Good luck to everyone involved, though.
I want to see if they go back to that Yachi, because I completely forgot about Yachio, but she like is 2v1ing the twins. I'm like, oh shit, we should probably see what's up with that fight at some point.
Yeah, they're probably gonna go back to it. But yeah. So yeah, that good episode.
Very good.
And
keeps up the pace.
No wonder. You know what? Even though it's only 8 episodes, if all 8 episodes are gonna be like this, I don't even care.
This feels like a mini movie.
This is like, yes, movie. I am very much give me quality over quantity.
Exactly.
Any day. Excuse me. All right. Up next is Tantei Wa Mou, Shindeiru, episode 8, which I'm assuming is your episode of the week.
Nope.
It's not?
Nope. My episode of the week is giving me my episode of the week for a very biased and stupid reason, and you know what it is.
Wow. Wow.
We'll get to it. But first,
wow. Are you fucking serious? I'm so anyways, yeah, Tantei. This is my other half. This is my other half for episode of the week.
Yeah, I'm mad I didn't catch. I didn't.
Yeah,
catch
I caught it the
moment she got like attacked and there was like a cop that got killed or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, okay then. But before that, I feel like I should have been obvious.
No, they gave you enough clues, but not. I don't know. I think you would have
that though. Like it gives you a bunch of really small clues, and then when it gets to the last episode of the arc, it just like throws all the baby clues in your face. It feels like when you ask for a hint in a game, and it's like, there's a really ambiguous hint, and then you like ask and ask again, and then eventually just gives you the fucking answer in hint form. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like the clues just get more and more obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about it only because, well, I didn't even think about Alice being hell because one, just random shit happens in this show, you know? Like just random shit just happens. So I was just like, oh, okay, well, we're moving on to new shit. You know, and it's so funny because you were like, oh, this is also random and quirky and blah, 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 blah. I thought you were shit talking a lot about it, just being like whatever and quirky. And it was all relevant.
Well, it's relevant now.
No, duh. Well, it was all relevant before.
It's still introduced in a randomly quirky way. Anyway, listen, yeah. I forgive it for being quirky and random.
It was a good payoff.
Yeah.
But great payoff, in my opinion.
It was. I do like that, like the little bit of even like the subtle hints where it was like, oh, Siesa's jealous of Alice stealing her detective, just like she was jealous of Hell stealing the main character from her. So it's like, little tiny hints. So I appreciate the subtlety. And that explains why Alice isn't in the front
Yep. Yep. I was like, she's not on it for a reason, and I told you. And that's because Alice is the bad guy. Technically.
A part of.
It's so funny. I'm actually watching this show called Black Lightning, and there's this one character, and it's literally quite literally the same concept where someone basically put a chip in him and programmed his brain, and so now there's like a part of him, like that part that's been programmed into his brain is like that evil part of him that just like kind of wants to kill and fuck shit up. And then of course there's like normal him who's like, hey, I'm just normal. And they kind of have to fight back and forth with each other inside of his head. So it's kind of giving me this, which I think is cool. I would say another way, or like we couldn't have known per se. I feel like there's no way we could have known because Hal didn't have the ability to shapeshift, and we didn't know the ability to like android abilities to like absorb other android things and just stones, and there's no way you could have known without knowing that. That's how eventually once we caught that.
I mean, like when like at the end of last week when we figured out like, oh, it must have been a shapeshifter that.
Yeah, that's when maybe you could have found it out.
I'd be like, oh wait, if that's a shapeshifter, then maybe Alice is also a.
Yeah, no, that I totally get. But yeah, so I'm not giving myself too much grief about it.
That's a good setup. I like really enjoyed that setup and payoff. Yeah, and I actually liked Siesta at the end too, where she was like, like I thought she was gonna beat the shit out of the main dude because he was kind of getting annoying at the end, to be honest. Even though I love Alice, come on, just let Siesta shoot her. I love Alice too, but come on, bro.
Damn, you said I love Alice, but she's no Siesta. That's crazy.
And Siesta took her. She was like, "Oh, we'll just go have tea and fun again, whatever,
and make apple pie,
apple pie,
and then we can go and rescue Alice." Like she was always like, I love that she was always cool about it, even
just
though she had like
us that she's best waifu forever and whatever.
All right. All right. But yeah, no, it was a really good episode. That scene where the whole wedding, the whole like fake engagement scene where he puts the ring on Alice's finger and Siesta catches him.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. But yeah. Oh, also, I will say Siesta was kind of doing the most when she was interviewing the mother, of the deceased. I'm like, girl, like, despite whatever you feel about Alice, yeah, but like you can do it with some compassion. You can ask those questions and
look what compassion gets you. You're over there, you get defending the criminal from getting shot.
I not that much compassion. I'm just like, hey, I know it's a tough time. Then you lead up with the asking the question. Damn, it sucks your daughter's dead, but etc. But yeah, no, this is just a really good episode with the great reveal.
Agreed.
All right, let's go to the last episode of the podcast.
My episode of the week.
My Hero Academia, season 5, episode 20.
Listen. I know it's not everyone's episode of the week, and it's only my episode of the week because I will completely, unashamedly admit it had Toga and she had thigh highs, and they like zoomed in on her thigh highs, and she had a bunch of cute lines, and that's the only reason this is my episode of the week. Sorry to disappoint you, Drew.
Her winter coat was cute.
Yes, she was adorable.
Yeah, so this episode A lot.
I mean, it was good for other reasons. It was.
It,
I did like that they actually finally got around to doing the villain arc.
yeah.
We got a. Like, it took a darker turn. Like the what's his name, Destro, fucking capturing the guy and like chopping his fingers off and hiding them everywhere.
Oh yeah,
It's
he's
pretty dark.
like, oh yeah, those fingers that you found, I put them there. They're your friend's fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, or else I'm going to kill your friend. And it's not even like come and like work for us. It's like surrender yourself to us, or
Or he
get,
dies.
or no, or get caught
Oh
by the
yeah,
heroes.
or he will tell the heroes where you are and they'll come capture you. Which
Because I found
also
you.
conveniently would also be pretty cool too. If they get found out by all the heroes and they just have to have like a battle royale, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. Of course, a plan to bring Giganto over there. I saw coming from a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
They really hammered in the fact that like, oh, he just happens to find whatchamacallit, find Tomura.
Mm-hmm. And he fights all the time, and he can't be stopped. This dude's gonna come in and kill like 100,000 people.
Wouldn't that be crazy if they actually bought all 100,000 of them? I know they're not going
They're
to,
not
but...
going to, but if they do, this will be it'll win episode of the century.
The whole episode is him just do one Nomu killing everybody.
Dynasty Warrior style. Running through hordes of people, just killing them all.
It literally just be like a slightly more action-packed episode of Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then we meet the doctor, who's goes by the name of Daruma.
I'm calling him Eggman. He looks just like fucking Dr. Robotnik. I'm sorry.
You can call him Eggman. That's fine too.
We got a bit of Tomura's backstory too.
Yeah, which is pretty awful.
Yeah, it wasn't such a great life for him.
Yeah, he kind of accidentally killed all his whole family.
And your parents, your dog, your sister, they're all dead.
And he wears their hands?
Oh yeah.
Can we talk about that? Like his suit is made of like he wears their hands.
Like I said, My Hero Academia has some weird penchant for getting dark at
like holy fuck.
Like my suit is made of my
You wear your dead family?
Deku, what's your suit made of? Oh, green spandex. I wear the dead bodies of the dead hands of my parents whom I killed to constantly remind me of my suffering.
Jeez Louise. Also, it's really weird to see like a villain training arc.
It is interesting. Like I really like that. Like My Hero does the a really interesting job with like inverting the hero storytelling methods and stuff. I love this whole focus on the villains and their training arc as opposed to focusing on
it's reminding me of in that sense.
What?
It's definitely giving me Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, I wish I could relate.
Hunter, you really, I'm telling you, watch Hunter x Hunter. I get the way I would tell you almost to skip like almost like the first arc.
Everything.
Skip the first arc completely, even though it's like it's like do but don't.
Mm-hmm.
You probably should. You should probably just watch it all. But I'm just saying, just like Hunter x Hunter, My Hero is also really great at focusing on villains and like really fleshing them out.
Yeah, and to be honest, the villains are more interesting than a lot of the main characters. I mean, no offense to my favorite characters on the hero side. I'm just saying, like even the minor villains like Twice is just fun to watch.
Yeah, I do like Twice.
His personality, like he's defending the guy calling like, "Oh, he's a great guy," and he's like, "Why the fuck aren't you picking up the phone for my friend?"
Also, Twice is hot. Just also want to put that in there.
About his mask.
Yeah, I still remember when he took off his mask. I was like, "Wait, what? He's hot?" Oh no!
Yeah, the villains are just fun to watch. Of course, Toga is better than 99.9% of the cast to begin with, so it's not a fair comparison.
All right. But yeah, So yeah, this was definitely more like a kind of setting, even though it was like it felt, it's like, it's not even, it's like I want to call it a setup arc, but it was so much more interesting than your normal setup episode.
Yeah, like it was more in depth than a setup arc. Like stuff actually happened. I will say I wish they didn't save this for the last 5 episodes of the series. Like I don't know, I feel like this arc is just gonna be really short now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Even though, like, if this arc ends up being as amazing as I think it's going to be, then I'm gonna be like, all right, then why did you make the first half so long? Because I didn't super mind it, but then
it really did not need to make that whole fucking training arc that long.
It probably not, but it had action and fighting in it, so it's like, from the shonen aspect, I was like, I might like, I think my big problem is the Endeavor thing. Is either
I feel like this whole season could have been condensed. Like
cut out the Endeavor. Is either cut out the Endeavor thing or cut down the first arc.
I think you can like cut down the first arc and make the Endeavor thing like 3 episodes.
How long was the Endeavor thing? Wasn't it like 3 or 4 episodes?
I think it was. I think it was like 8.
Really?
Because the whole trading arc thing, I think it was like 11 episodes, and then it was the Endeavor stuff.
Oh my god, it went on for so long.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And now we're getting the villain arc, and that's gonna be like 6 episodes. It's gonna be the shortest arc.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was fine with the first arc for.
You know what? They could have done a split core. They could have done. It would have been really boring, but like 12 episodes for the trading arc and the Endeavor thing, and then maybe the next 10 episodes, like do it like another season in 2022, and then have it be the villain arc or something. I don't know.
Okay, as much as I was fine with the first arc, we can't have that just be the whole part one. That wouldn't be good. That just wouldn't be good. That just wouldn't be good. That would just be a terrible idea.
So you'd be sacrificing one season for a better second half, right?
Absolutely not. I'd rather have a season that's like half of it was amazing than just one season being shit, absolute dog shit. Not okay. That's dog shit. Wow. That's a bit harsh. That is actually a bit harsh.
Fine,
but
make the Endeavor
as good.
15 episodes.
Making its own arc, actually.
I want
its own season. Excuse me. Its own season.
I want 3 episodes of Endeavor just sitting in his office thinking, and that's gonna be part of the arc. All right,
thinking and just going through it and stuff. You know, the usual.
All right, that's all I have to say about this episode. Toga.
Yeah, same here. That is the end of our weekly reviews. So for today's filler arc, I'm gonna try to keep it somewhat quick. This is gonna be more of a serious note. I do want to bring up, because we haven't streamed in a while, so we have time to bring it up. And this is not anime related. This is actually related to Twitch. Now, I'm sure if you are not on Twitter, or if you live under a rock, or not involved in Twitch at all, lately there's been a spew of, a bunch of hate raids that have been happening, specifically targeting Black people, which, it's kind of, I'm not going into the whole like, oh my god, I'm just so that, like, we people who aren't racist assholes know it's lame, it's tired, they're sad little people. My thing is, I think I'm really blown away how people are like, they're like, this is not, this isn't a race thing. And I'm like, girl, do you see what they write in those chats? It is a slur of George Floyd references and N-words. I how do people go on Twitter, open their mouths, and say this is clearly not a race issue, which is, you know, completely asinine. And then of course their second favorite talking point that people use are like saying, "Oh, well, you just kind of gotta have tough skin and blah 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 blah," and it's like, dude, no one should have to like accepting harassment should not be the standard in any environment. Like it should not be the standard. I like Oni knows that ever like that I've always hated that excuse that it is what it is, because it's like you can always just be better. Like we can always be better, or we can always just be decent. Like, before we even get to better, we can start with being decent. So, you know, with those two things in mind, you're probably listening to this being like, oh my gosh, why are you guys talking about this? This is important, blah, blah, blah. How does this relate to anything or the podcast, whatever? And the thing is, it relates to us because after this podcast, we're going to have a conversation of how we're going to stop that shit. We are going to have to, because they're not going after like just like big names like the Black Hokage and Data Dave and Barefoot Tasha. Like, no, they're going after smaller ones now. Like, I just saw someone who has like, you know, has essentially the same amount of viewers as we do, and he just posted like this little tab about, you know, of him being a boss and like stopping the hate rates before they happen. But you know, there's a good chance it's gonna make its way to our door at some point. And you know, I'm not too worried. I think it's bullshit, but I'm not too worried. You know, Oni and I are smart enough. If we just take some preventative measures, we can just stop the bullshit before it even starts, or stop it very early and keep it moving. So yeah, I just want to bring some awareness to the issue because it's like it is happening. And you know, I don't really talk about this stuff on, you know, on Twitter. I'm not super huge, even though I am pretty much the person in charge of like the Twitter account.
Yes.
I'm not going to be like, the Twitch, you guys suck, da 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 da. You know, I'm pretty quiet about stuff like that, but I see what's happening. I see it happening, you know, and I may not be as loud as other people have been, but I'm not going to be that quiet to be like, just be shut up and silent about it. So this is my way of saying, you know, I see what's happening. We're going to stop. You guys should know what's happening too. And, you know, I hope in our community, you guys can help and play your part in either spreading awareness, or at least not being, at the very least, don't be an asshole and try to gaslight us, or like saying, hey, they're like, these are hate raids that are happening to us, so please stop it. Yeah, don't be that guy, because there have been plenty of people who decide to be that guy. Just don't. Let's focus on getting a solution and supporting each other.
And yes, on that note, if you haven't, do follow us over on Twitch. Link in the description.
I'm sorry. Do you have anything to add to that? I know. Yeah, I think I kind of just hit that nail on the head. But yeah, so that's the end of our filler arc. Just, you know, just some awareness for y'all. A very issue that is, you know, very relevant to us and what we do. With that being said, it's the end of the filler arc, and that's also the end of this episode of the podcast. So Oni, if you'd be so kind and take it away.
If you guys enjoy this episode of the G&A podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you catch every episode as it goes up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on Discord, all linked in the description down below. And if you like, you can even become a patron like these lovely people on screen right now and get yourself some awesome perks. Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Mm, support your content creators, especially if they're Black.
Agreed. And on that note, this has been Soroni and
Juvidu.
we'll catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.